in the ring to each and every one of you, wherever you guys are joining us from this evening. Some of you are going to be on Twitter, and we always say that Twitter is the bel air of social media. Some of you are going to be joining us on YouTube. YouTube is the suburbs. It's the suburbs. It's the who is who, middle class, upper middle class, and so forth. But Facebook rather. Facebook is the ghetto. Is the any, the any and the all sorts. And you all know that is what we love. We love being all over the place, especially where the masses are. Facebook is replaced because we like them people's story. We ain't waiting for y'all to tell us that we fast. We fast. We confess it our sins one to another. Before, folks, we fast. And tonight, guys, a lot of people names calling. A lot of people names calling. We getting into that just now. But folks, a lot of names calling. Y'all gonna be surprised. Y'all are going to be surprised the kinds of names that call in tonight, folks. You're going to want to share the live stream. You're going to want to tag your friend of me. You're going to want to tag somebody that name calling this evening. Good to see each and every one of you, wherever you guys are joining us from this evening. Do I see Winston Granada joining us out there, and Denny's London Welshman as well? The folks are saying the sound is a bit low, and we want to change that. I see Prince Junior Akeem. We're going to work on that sound. They want volume. Winston Smith says he wants volume. And we hope we're going to get him some volume. Guys, we're going to work on that. Rakim Hercules says he wants to hear me a little louder as well. Folks, a lot of names calling. Shelly says she wants volume too. People are asking for volumes, and the guys are going to be working on that. We're taking with time, we're peeling with pine, and we're bringing you the credible and valid information. And guys, we know you're asking for volume, and we're going to have volume for you guys. So in the meantime, we're asking that each and every one of you know what you got to do when you come in the ring. You got to share the live stream. And guys, this is a program you're going to want to share. We have joining us a little later on in the program, the one and only Amanza Walton-Desir, the Honorable Member of Parliament. She is going to be joining us. She launched her campaign for chairman of the PNCR over the weekend, and I was privileged to be invited. I fast, I said, and they know I fast. So they invited me, and I went, I listened to her, I probably eat up the food. That's some good pepper pot. Guys, a blast. And Amanza is going to be on with us this evening, telling us about how her campaign is going, and we are tremendously pleased that she's going to be on with us. And we have lots of other information to share with you guys. Let us know how you guys are hearing the sound out there. The sound is improved. We told you guys we're tweaking things because we want you guys to receive us as clear as possible. We are tweaking things wherever you are picking us up from. We want to see those emojis. Y'all know we're hungry, we're craving, and we so many things for it. We want to see those emojis, and we want to see those shares as well, guys. Each is joining us. All of you fantastic folks like Oren Williams joining us as well. How was the day, folks? We hope you all put in the money, you know. We hope you all put in the work to get the money, that you did your work with integrity. That's the important thing. That's the important thing. It's only this country people get one job and they want to work, you know. We understand that you folks in the diaspora got 2 and 3 jobs. And powerful. We love that. Industrious, energetic people. That is who we are by nature. Guy, need you put me anyway, and we can flourish. You start me at the bottom any place. One thing, give me little sunlight, we can grow. Some sunlight and little water, and we can grow. Master Gail, Alicop, Gail said they're not hearing us. We might need to change the mic, but we want to get good audio. Guys, you let us know how the audio is coming through. Joylyn Cook says, let's fight. So we want to make sure that we're getting good quality audio for our viewers. Guys, let us know if the audio is good. I see Leslyn Alves saying super. Good to see each and every one of you. We hope that you guys, what we are losing in sound, we're making up in clarity this evening, guys. I see some thumbs up. Let us know if you're hearing us clearly. Good to see each and every one of you. We hope that we're shared in all the places that we need to be shared to. And guys, really good to see each and every one of you. and we are ready to get into the fight card, and we're going to keep improving the sound. Somebody says they want more sound. Andrew Cosworth says he needs more sound. You know, a lot of people back in the day, especially Guyanese people, grew up in the area of the boom boom buses, and so the hearing might not be what it is because of your parents. My parents used to warn us. So y'all and them noisy buses, y'all gonna suffer with hearing loss early. Auntie Sandra Hanover joining us. They warned us very early, and the guys are gonna make sure that we get the audio right. As you guys know, we're tweaking things to get it just right for you guys. We're tweaking things to get it just right for you guys. But stay with us. I think we are ready to get right into the fight card. We don't want to hold a second longer, guys. We got a full fight card, and then we got a big fighter, the one and only Amanza Walton-Desir. I said is going to be joining us a little later on in the program. That being said, guys, I think we are into the fight card and quite a bit of information to share with you guys this evening. Do we have the fight card ready? I think we ought to get fighting. We don't like to keep... Ringsiders don't like to wait. Ringsiders don't like to wait at all. Not so? Philomena, Fontenelle, we don't like to wait. Good. Somebody says they're hearing us loud and clear. Gloria says she's hearing us loud and clear. Melinda Moore says she's hearing us loud and clear. Fantastic. We want to touch nothing else. Let the things just up. And there we have the fight card, folks. There we have the fight card, and we put it up big because we know some of y'all side too. Y'all peeping long. Y'all are peeping long, so y'all side going. And we want no trouble with that. We got that fight card up there, and we guys are ready to go. Let me shift a little more to give you guys some space to see that fight card out there. I don't want to take up too much space with my prompter here. But guys, I don't know about you, but I am ready to get into the fight card. And tonight, folks, a lot of people names calling, as you shall see. A lot of people name calling. Ghani Khan, he name calling. Mohammed's Enterprise, oh, they name calling. Mohammed's Enterprise, I got to remember y'all picking up every sound now. Fradat Singh, y'all know she? Fradat Singh, who swing? Fradat name calling. Who else name calling? Wane Jill. And Onage Waldron. That little scam, she name calling. Onage Waldron name calling. A lot of people name calling. But first, folks, let us start with the picture of the day. With the picture of the day. Yep. And y'all sight and failing, y'all. Y'all sight not failing, y'all, with this picture of the day. Folks, Guyana is not a real place. Guyana is not a real place. Y'all see this picture of the day? This is the Bartica police station sign. I know y'all people long, but your sight not failing you. Your sight's not failing you. This is the Bartica sign. Listen, I give a pass. Hold on, don't start using your Facebook. I give a pass to the people who print the sign upside down. Because I could see you could make a mistake, how to, you know. I didn't even want to give him a pass, but I could see. Because everybody makes mistakes. What I do not agree with is the man who put up the sign upside down. Because the thing must have seemed something little off-fade. Unless he thinks that he owner is failing him. Whoever is the person to put up the sign. So you print it wrong. A big no-no. And then you put it up wrong. Guyana is not a real place. These are the images that tells the world, this country here, it is not a real place at all. And that's the picture of the day. I think I like it, photo of the day. We got to ask the guys to tweet that. Photo of the day comes naturally to me. But that's the picture of the day. The upside down sign at Bartica. I know that this is not emblematic of all Barticians. That being said, the PPP crosses. The PPP crosses. Them versus crosses since August 2nd, 2020 is a whole pack of crosses. It's a pack of crosses that we have. Guys, we hope that the sound is holding for you guys. We hope that you guys are receiving as well. And we invite you guys again to share the live stream. We want the crosses bother us this evening at all. We don't want the crosses bother us tonight. at all. But there's a particular cross of the PPP, and his name is one Ghani Khan. Now, some of you forget things quick, not we in the ring. We memory, long like elephant memory. Long like elephant memory. Ghani Khan was a, what do you call it? He was a observer during the elections. This was a member of the Private Sector Commission who was an observer. You know, they were the guardians during the elections. This Ghani Khan, this Jagabat, this cross, Ghani Khan was an observer with the Private Sector Commission, Jerry Gavaya and them boys. Them guardians, them watered down guardians. Soon as elections finished, apparently Ghani Khan was flying to the US. Well, soon as he touched down, them boys holy. Soon as Ghani Khan touched down, them boys holy for drug trafficking, and fleeing arrest and a whole manner of other things. Well, Ghani Khan get 9 years. And to this day, Jerry Gavaya, who was then the Private Sector Commission chairman, has never offered an adequate explanation as to how you had a convict on the run from U.S. authorities there nestled quite comfortably in the Private Sector Commission, Ghani Khan. This cross, but that's how the PPP operate. You know, we know that a lot of them right in there, wanted by the Americans, but it's only time. So Ghani Khan serving 9 years. And imagine, this was an observer, you know. He was an observer, quote unquote. He didn't observing what was coming to him, though. He wasn't observing what was coming to him. People is there when first bell rings, so Ghani Khan spending 9 years in U.S. prison. And the people who these jagabats accused, without a shred of evidence of rigging the election, all the nonsense, when them is the biggest riggers. Court case still going on. You know why no evidence? All of us know those are trumped up foolish charges. But Ghani Khan, the observer, right? Who they called out, who supposedly they called out rigging, he serving 9 years. PPP, take note, y'all name calling. Private Sector Commission, y'all name calling. So much for the PPP crosses. Well, the cost of living going up. Y'all know that. The cost of living is going up. And that is what the unions are making known. And Lincoln Lewis said recently, what happened to the 10 billion that Jagdio said was in line item 6141? Jagdio said in that line item in the budget, you had $10 billion for wages, for increasing wages and salaries. 10 billion. So what Lincoln Lewis said recently is, where is that 10 billion? If that 10 billion is fully used up, Guyanese can have more than 7%. What's happening out there? And if I have a choice between believing Lincoln Lewis and them jagabats, I live with Lincoln Lewis. I there with my boy Lincoln. In line item 6141, you can't believe a word coming out of the mouth of these jagabats. Lincoln says, if these monies, and of course, Mr. Lincoln Lewis is the president of the Guyana Trades Unions Congress. He said again, if these monies are fully utilized, Guyanese can have more than this measly 7%. And folks, an untold part of this is how PPP supporters vex. PPP supporters in the public sector vex no tail with this 7%. Oh, Father, the misgrade to them. Every year, the Granger-led administration increase wages and salary every single year. 2 budgets later, the PP come with 7%, 3.5% per year. Y'all see madness? How these people, how you all are going to allow these people to get back in office? You must be mad. We got to come out and vote them out. So the cost of living going up. And because the cost of living going up, and because Lincoln Lewis calling them out, folks, listen, we saw on social media quite recently on the same issue of the cost of living going up. Somebody advising us how we can spend this 7% during Christmas. How you can spend this 7% during Christmas. And here what the advice was on how to spend the 7%. Buy 1 pound of ham. That's point one. Buy 1 pound of ham instead of a whole one. 1 pound of ham instead of a whole one. Tip 2, you bought curtains for every year under the Granger administration. Y'all know every year under the Granger administration, y'all bought new curtains. They said, use one of them for Christmas. Use one of them for Christmas. Because you can't afford anything else. You bought one every year under Granger. Use one of them for Christmas. Tip 3, you don't need leg quarters in your plate on Christmas Day. Buy 2 pound chicken and strip chicken. That's how you use this 7%. You don't need leg quarters. You need to see plenty chicken. Buy a 2 pound and you strip that baby. You strip that. Like strip chicken fried rice. You strip that up. Have 3 eggs. Tip 4. Have you ever heard about black cake without eggs? Now you know. So don't worry with eggs for the black cake and all them fancy things. Don't worry with all of that. 1 pound of beef, 1 pound of oxtail, 1 pound of cow heel for the pepper pot. 1 pound of beef, 1 pound of oxtail, 1 pound of cow heel for the pepper pot. And that is for each person. Right? So those were some of the tips. Those were some of the tips, folks, we saw on social media as how you guys can spend this 7%. And we know we got to do what we got to do in this country because things tight. Things are tight, guys. And wherever you guys are joining us from, we encourage you to share the live stream. We are still tweaking the audio at our end and ensuring that you guys get everything well. I see you guys are receiving us. I see some people said they're listening. They are listening. That being said, folks, right, the cost of living going up, let's turn our attentions to the Jagabat. The Jagabats. And in particular, GECOM. We got to look at GECOM. Now, Clara this morning, telling us about these persons who were shortlisted for the CEO position, the Chief Executive Officer, the Chief Elections Officer position at GECOM. Here what Clara telling me. Listen, folks. Listen to us. We big, but we ain't stupid. We big, but we ain't stupid. Right? Claudette is telling us that she's very soon to provide, listen to this, an integrated shortlist of the candidates for the Chief Elections Officer post. Claudette, man, stop this nonsense. Stop this nonsense. Our electoral system, more complex than the Chinese electoral system and the Russian combined. We need more complicated things like integrated lists. You can tell me who went the shortlist. Full stop. She is coming with an integrated list. Next thing you know, somebody carrying them to court for a definition of the integrated list. And then this thing going all the way up to the CCJ nonsense. We want local government elections. So just tell me you're coming with the names. Full stop. Full stop, this integrated list. You ask somebody in the market, what's this old integrated list? They might think it's over here walking. You're coming with the list. Right? So don't try to kerfuffle me. We big, but we ain't stupid. Don't worry, this integrated list. This is already a complicated electoral system that we got here. Complicated. Don't worry with these things. And then, what struck us, ladies and gentlemen, in what Claudette said in this statement about this integrated list. She said the government commissioners or the PPP commissioners offered 3 persons. Hold on. we need some popcorn and cokes. The government commissioners offered 3 persons. And then Claudette is telling us the other side. The other side put up 3. Who the hell is the other side? Who's the other side? Right? Who's this other side? I thought we were all commissioners. Commissioners offered 3 names belonging to the PPP maybe, and then the opposition or new AFC. Who's the other side? Look, y'all, we gotta watch Claudette, you know. As a matter of fact, I don't see everything I need to know about Claudette. Me, I want no more watching. So Claudette said, the other side. I don't know who Claudette was talking about with this other side. Who is the other side? Who is the other side? This is the same Jagabat. This is the same Jagabat. Who didn't want the independent panel to interview these candidates? We are in an era where we want more transparency. Like these contracts that given up, we want more transparency. And this Jagabat Claudette who swing don't want an independent panel, and now she's trying to kerfuffle us with integrated list. Nonsense. But let me tell you who made the short list. Vishnu Prasad. He is who they really want. Folks, don't get kerfuffled. We beg of being stupid. He is who they want. Vishnu Prasad. And then they got Anil Giddens. Y'all remember he? Y'all remember Anil Giddens? Eh? Y'all remember he? Alright. And then they got this other one, Deodat Prasad. Right? The other two is bluff. It is Vishnu Prasad who they want. And then you have the foreigners, 3 foreigners who were also nominated. Eugene Petty, Kurt Clark, and another fellow called Leslie Harrow. These are guys with experience in electoral system at a senior management level. None of these are the Jagabats. Anil Giddens. Me the one Anil Giddens close to me, dog. Anil Giddens must go and be CEO? Nonsense. So those were the folks who made the short list. We watching Claudette. Claudette, your name calling. Claudette, your name calling. And you should do the honorable thing. And on the very note of GECOM, Vincent Alexander told us quite recently that we ain't seen local government elections just now. PPP don't like local government elections. They ain't had one since what? 1994. 5 years in office. Talk what y'all want about Granger. We had 2. In 2016 and in 2018. We had 2. And in 18 plus years under them Jagabats, they had 1. 1994. They were never interested in local government elections. They mashed up the whole of GECOM to now come back and say, oh, is GECOM now not ready for local government elections? That is how they operate. These Jagabats and crosses, that is how they operate. And so one wonders why it took Vincent Alexander to tell us that, you know, when Claudette should really be talking, instead of talking about integrated lists, should be talking about the issues that matter, like the holding of local government elections. She's quiet. She is silent. And so kudos again to Vincent Alexander, always informing us about the goings-on, at GECOM. Folks, this next issue here could have easily been our photograph of the day. This other issue here could have easily been our photograph of the day. Confusion powder. Confusion powder under this administration. Every goddamn day in this country. Confusion powder. This photograph could have easily been the photograph of the day. The photograph of the day. I think we have lost our slides there. That being said, but this was the photograph of those fancy lines on Mandela Avenue. The fancy lines on Mandela Avenue. Right? These were the fancy lines on Mandela Avenue. No, you got a nice yard. Like Amanza coming down there. You know, you might confuse, and Amanza right. You might confuse Amanza. Amanza know if you go left, right, north, or south. Well, the first time I come by there, I found about so confusing. Like the one on Sheriff and what street is that? David Street. When I meet that roundabout, I so confused, the pressure in my brain so much, I want to just turn back and go home. Much, and then you got to engage the roundabout, and then you come upon those lines. Folks, you know, you need to know astronomy and physics and a whole set of things to navigate that Sheriff Street now. A whole set of things you got to come with to navigate Sheriff Street. Right? Confusion powder under this administration. That being said, folks, I don't know if that is if we are back up with the slides. The guys are going to let me know if we have power there, if it is plugged in and we're getting power. But no, that being said, folks, the other issue we wanted to look at is the issue of the contract that's sharing out. And perhaps that is the reason when we see big contracts, for instance, being given to Mohammed's enterprise. Now, I don't know. Kudos to Mohammed's Enterprise. They got a business. I know them in gold business. The other day, I there. We there. Big headline. Mohammed's Enterprise getting quarry license. Now Mohammed's Enterprise getting big contract to rebuild the headquarters for the Guyana Fire Service. 600 plus millions. Things tight for some people. It's for the small man like you and me, things tight for. But I never know these fellas into construction. Never know these fellas into construction. And perhaps that is why David Patterson quite recently said he doubts the PPP when they say that they are going to reconstitute the what is called the public procurement commission. He doubts that. Because in the absence of that commission, Catfish can give contracts to whoever they want to give contracts to. So Patterson said he doubts, and I doubt it too, that they are going to reconstitute the Public Procurement Commission. Because not even the cabinet, Jack Dio and Catfish want to dictate who they give in contracts. And folks, it's friends and family. Don't let me fool myself. It's friends and family the PPP given contracts. So it's friends and family. It's friends and family. And that is why even quite recently, if you read the Peep and Tom column just today, Peep and Tom said, it's a puppy show, this meeting with the contractors. Catfish meeting with the contractors. Peep and Tom said, it's a puppy show. Here Peep and Tom said, the president should not be meeting with contractors. He is a political figure, and his job is to ensure that the policies regarding infrastructure works. Be they school, road, drainage and irrigation, hospitals, police building, etc., are laid out, and that they are supervisory authorities tasked with ensuring implementation. Not he. This is not APNU FC saying, no, but you might say Kaitro News is APNU FC. Once they disagree with the government. Peep and Tom said he should not be meeting with them. Peep and Tom went on to state this. He said he should not, he said Catfish. This is the president, I said Catfish. Catfish should not be giving attention, or rather should be given great attention to having the Public Procurement Commission established. His government should not be granting any major contracts, unless and until such a body is established. But they ain't hearing that. You know why? It's corruption. It's corruption. It's friends and family. It's supporters. That is what is happening in the dishing out of these contracts. Be it Hits and Jams and Mark Vera, or you have the Mohammed's Enterprise now. Folks, let us be real. Right? My mother, my aunt loves to say something. Call the thing what it is. Right? It's friends and family. It is friends and family. And so those are some of the issues we wanted to cover, as well as telling you guys that there are some stories loading. We have some stories loading, folks. Right? We got some stories loading. And in some of these instances, more on the pistol than in the matter. Guys, know what I mean, you know. That simple phrase is like 3 books. More on the pistol than in the matter. We were reliably informed that Minister Onich Waldron was the sponsor of a 50th birthday party quite recently. A 50th birthday party. Number one, I vexed with Onich because I was not invited. That's number one. Y'all know we fast, we like mind your business. And we still know, might as well you didn't invite me. Might as well you didn't invite me. So she was the sponsor of this 50th birthday party. And here, Tiger Bay, no. All by them know, Prashad Nagar was the location. Folks, photograph and videos loading. She was the sponsor of a 50th birthday party. We were made to understand. And we see a name featuring a lot. Whenever we bring up this issue of Onich Waldron, we see this name about Andre featuring a lot. We were made to understand that the minister went up for tourism onto Essequibo. And even on that trip, this close associate was featured. But as I told you guys, this is a story loading, and we got video and we got photographs pending. Loading. You see when you got some big files, they take long for load. When, when you're dealing with some big files, you can't get a 512 memory drive. You got to get like a 1, 2, 3 terabyte. There's a big file loading here. So we are following this information, guys, and we're going to have additional information for you guys. Coming up, the one and only Amanza Walton-Desir, and we're going to be talking about her candidacy for chairman of the PNCR. PNCR decides 2021, the road to the 21st biannual Congress. Right after this, folks, stay with us, share the live stream. In the ring, and as promised, we have with us the one and only, none other than Amanza Walton-Desir. And we did say we're going to be discussing the PNCR decides the road to the 21st Biannual Delegates Congress, and Amanza is vying for chairman of the PNCR. Welcome, Amanza.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Sherrod. How are you?
I am good. Great to have you in studio.
Set up, man. I love the setup.
Make yourself comfortable.
Yes.
And as soon as the guys tell us that they are good to go, folks, as we told you, we're tweaking things at this end, and we are going to get it right. So Amanza had a lovely launch, of which I got an invitation, so I ain't got to drag you in the ring. I got a lovely invitation, guys. I was there, and I listened to a fantastic presentation by Amanza. It was Amanza. Everything you'd come to expect from an event hosted by Amanza Walton-Desir. It was Amanza. That's all I can say. So Amanza, you launched this bid officially for the PNCR chairmanship. In that presentation on Sunday last, brunch in Buxton, you didn't go to Prashad Nagar, brunch in Buxton. But that being said, you returned time and again to the ideology of Burnham, talking about the working class party that the PNCR is, among a number of other things. Why was Burnham so important to you at that moment?
I think, well, thank you for having me. I like, the little studio and so on. And thank you for
we are coming to come.
Yes. Sharon is a boy with the things. But look, on a serious note, as the founding, father of the PNCR, he had a particular vision for the party, and that was that it would be a working class party, but broad enough and deep enough to be a home to Guyanese from all walks of life. But he never lost sight of the fact that it was the working class people, the ordinary Guyanese man, the ordinary Guyanese woman, that mattered. They were the ones that kept the country going, that developed the country, the public servants, the civil servants. And so it is always vitally important that we focus on that demographic. They're not often seen, but they're the invisible hands that keep the country going. And so I thought it was vitally important that we continue to focus on the working class and the ordinary Guyanese. You were talking earlier in the show about the 7% increase.
Yes.
And I think what we would have seen between 2015 to 2020 was a focus on public servants, on improving the lives of the ordinary working man and woman. And so I wanted that to always be the front and center, so that we understand that they are not to be disrespected, that they are not to be taken for granted, because these are people who, whether in field or in office or in a factory, they get up, they go to work, and we have to at all times, cherish what it is that they do.
Fantastic. And in that presentation, in quoting from Destiny to Mole and quoting Burnham, you alluded to the fact that he said we must be able and prepared to draw strength not only from the workers, but from all sections of Guyanese, workers, farmer, businessmen, intellectual, civil servants. This doesn't seem like what's happening now at all.
No, it doesn't. And we have to be, to borrow Claudette's word, integrated. You have to be integrated in our approach to, harnessing feedback. And so everybody, the point that he was making is that everybody has something to offer. And we must never forget that, and we must never neglect one group for another, because each has an important contribution to make. I think he was eloquent, but that was simply the point that he was wanting to make.
Fantastic. In another part of your presentation, you talked about hearing the cries and the cries from the members and supporters of the PNCR. What exactly have they been telling you as you are making your pitch on the ground? That, as you often say, things tight. That they're struggling to make ends meet, that they are struggling to earn a living and to put their children through school. And so we have a challenge before us, because you have a government that is not caring. And so the point that I was wanting to make is that we have to be a party that is not only an in-government party, but even while we await our return to government, we must be able to provide. We must be able to provide for our membership. We must be able to take care of them in a manner that will ensure that they are able to weather the storms that are currently happening. And so we have to be sensitive, we have to hear, we have to put plans and policies in place to make sure that we are able to, as much as we can, supplement what it is that they need
to survive and to live in Guyana now.
Fantastic. I think our technician is telling us we